So I've had quite a lot of questions about Disney's FastPass system, and since the last series Florida vlogs have finished, I haven't really got anything else to upload, so now is like the perfect chance to be making like tips videos and help guides and stuff like that, right up until we go back to Florida again. So this video is going to be talking about the basics on how to do fast passes at Walt Disney World. So the one thing that Walt Disney World, in my eyes, has one up on Universal Studios is their FastPass system, and that is available to everybody who has a valid park ticket to any one of the parks at Walt Disney World. So as you probably already know, Disney World has 6 parks total. It has 4 main theme parks and 2 water parks. The FastPass system isn't available in the water parks, but it's available in all of the other 4 theme parks. To start off with, FastPass is basically reserving a slot window to get on any ride within a park. Now you may think it sounds weird saying that you want to plan a slot in the future for a certain ride at a certain time when you don't exactly know where you're going to be. Now in my eyes, this is where a little bit of planning has to come into play to make obviously your stay at Walt Disney World or your visit to Walt Disney World the best that you can make it, and this is where it takes a little bit of planning, so you know you will be at that park, so you will be able to do a certain ride at a certain time. Now I'm not saying that you have to plan your vacation or holiday military style and have to be at that ride at that exact same time. If you're not going to make it, you can easily cancel the FastPass, but as long as you know you're in that theme park that day or going to the theme park that day, you can book your FastPasses in advance, and obviously it'll not take you that long to get from one side of the park to the other. Now if you're staying on site at Walt Disney World or off site in Walt Disney World, this is where the FastPass system differs. If you're staying on site at one of Disney's hotels inside of Walt Disney World, you get the added benefit of being able to book your FastPasses 60 days in advance, and you can also book your full holiday vacation in one sitting. Now if you're off site, staying somewhere not on Disney property, you can book your FastPasses 30 days in advance, so it's like half the time. The only downside to this is you can't book them all in one sitting. You can only book them at a 30-day rolling. So say day 1 hits 30 days and day 2 is 31 days. You can't book like obviously day 2 until it hits 30 days. So this is where a little bit more planning. You're going to have to be logging on to your My Disney Experience account, which I'll get into after this. You're going to have to log into that like every single day or every day that you plan on going to Disney once it hits that 30-day mark. The only other downside to this is sometimes the fast passes for the most popular rides have gone. Obviously with Toy Story Land just opening, that's going to be very busy, and I'm assuming that there's not going to be tons of fast pass availability for off-site guests. To book fast passes, you need a My Disney Experience account. You can either do this on a desktop computer, laptop, or you can just download the app for your smartphone. I always use the smartphone one. It's really easy, and again I'll show you how to do it. So once you've done that, you need to log into your My Disney Experience account on the desktop, but I'm going to show you how to do it on the app. So all you need to do is open the Walt Disney World app, wait for it to load up. You'll see this main screen here. As you can see, you plan your full vacation from here. You can get all the show times for today's park hours. You can see your tickets. If you're an annual pass holder, you can see the block out dates. Here you can see you can get your fast passes, you can reserve dining, you can even order food, which is really awesome. There's a lot you can do on this app. So we're for now going to click on Get a Fast Pass Plus. Wait for it to load up. Click Get Started. Obviously I've hidden me name because it's got all my personal details on, and friends and family who I've got linked to my account as well. So I'm just going to tick that so you can add your party, choose what day that you want. So I want, just for example, today the 22nd. Then it brings up the 4 main theme parks. So for example we'll go on Epcot because it's my favourite park. You can choose morning, afternoon or evening, or you can go along and choose a more specific time. So just say 3 o'clock for example. Wait for them to load up. And these are all the fast passes which are available. So if you look at that, quite lucky because there's a fast pass for Soaring and there's a fast pass for Test Track as well. So just say I wanted a fast pass for Soaring at 4 PM, say, just click on that, and then at the bottom the confirm, and it'll tell you everybody who is in your party, which is really awesome. And you can also link them to your My Disney Experience account as well. Now some of the Disney parks have something called a tiered fast pass system. At present Magic Kingdom is the only park which doesn't utilise a 2-tier system. So that basically means the most popular rides are in tier 1 and the less popular rides are in tier 2. For example, we'll take Hollywood Studios. Toy Story Land's just opened, so all of the tier 1 rides are the Toy Story rides, so Slinky Dog Dash, Midway Mania and the Alien Saucer Swirl or something, I can't remember the name, I never do. They're all tier 1, and then everything else in Hollywood studios is a tier 2. So what you can do is you can book 1 tier 1 and then 2 tier 2s. That's the way I always remember it, 1 for 1, 2 for 2. But in Magic Kingdom you can book 3 of whatever rides you want. I've got a feeling this may change in the future, since Magic Kingdom's the only park, it's the most popular park, and we've got the Tron coaster coming as well. So I do have a little feeling that they will change that to a 2-tier system, but at present you can just book any of the 3 rides that you want. Epcot has a 2-tier system, as does Animal Kingdom as well. You can Google them as well, as there's plenty of blogs out there where you can find out which tiers which to help you along. So once you've selected all your fast passes in the My Disney Experience app, they'll be logged there for you to look at. You can modify them, you can cancel them, you can add members, remove members, that sort of thing. And then once you're in the theme park, you'll have, obviously, 90% of people will have a magic band. If you don't, you can still use your card that you'll get at when you get to the entrance and obviously pay. You'll go to whatever ride, so say for example Big Thunder Mountain, you would go onto the line, not the standby line, that's just the general walk-on line. You would go to the fast pass line. Once you get to the fast pass line, scan your card or your magic band onto the scanner, and it'll flash green, and that means obviously it's your time to go on. I think it flashes amber if it's not time for you to go, if you go a little bit earlier or if you're a little bit too late. The cast member will tell you if you're either early or late or why it didn't turn green. But once it does go green, you just walk in and you'll find that the line is a lot shorter. We used it for the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train last year, and the ride was like 200 minutes long. We used the fast pass and we were in within 10 minutes, which is really, really good. So that's it for me little flash tip video for fast passes. I'm going to try and do a little bit more of these videos. I'm just going to try and keep them short as possible. Obviously it's not very exciting standing looking at me talking in a room, so I'm going to try and keep them as short as possible and just keep the important information there. If you have any other tips regarding fast pass, leave them in the comments down below. I've started to tell viewers to look in the comments. I did the Halloween Horror Nights video for my top 5 tips, which I'll just link somewhere here, and everybody was posting tips in the comments, which is really awesome and helps you guys as well if you've never been. So please leave a thumbs up on this video, it really does help the video get seen on YouTube. And leave a comment again with your tips. Are you going to Walt Disney World this year? What fast passes have you got booked? And we'll see you next time, and remember, stay tuned.